If you're remotely interested in SSDs, you've probably heard of the term wear leveling. Simply put, wear leveling spreads the wear and tear evenly across a NAND flash, making it last longer. However, how exactly does it do that? In this video, I'll be explaining dynamic and static wear leveling, two very different types of wear leveling carried out by the NAND flash controller, which manages the data transfers between the NAND flash and the host system. Before we start, there are two key things to understand. Firstly, different types of NAND flashes, be that SLC, MLC, TLC or QLC, have different limits as to how many times the individual blocks on the NAND flash can be erased before data can no longer be stored reliably. Secondly, data is written to pages on NAND flashes, but blocks are actually the smallest entity that can be erased on a NAND flash, which is why when we talk about wear leveling, we talk about a process that's carried out at a block level. So what's dynamic wear leveling? Let's say, for explaining purposes, that you have an SSD with 12 blocks. Dynamic wear leveling simply makes sure that data is written to the next free block with the lowest erase count. That means data isn't written to the next free block, but the next free block with the lowest erase count. Static wear leveling takes it a step further and uses a threshold, which isn't so much a limit, but a ballpark range which all of the block erase counts have to stay within. Let's say you go out and you buy yourself an SSD, and again, for explaining purposes, let's just say that this SSD has 24 blocks. Now when you get home, the first thing you do is put all of your family photos on it, which takes up half of the SSD, so 12 blocks. So now your family photos are programmed onto the pages within the blocks, and they are just sitting there. While these photos are sitting there, you keep using the rest of your SSD, and after a while you can see that the blocks which are being used more frequently have a significantly higher erase count than those storing your family photos. It's safe to say at this point that the distribution is becoming uneven, and this is where the threshold comes into play. The wear level threshold used by the flash controller is a ballpark range of erase counts. Let's say for this example, the threshold erase count is 32. Now, as we can see, one of our blocks has an erase count of 32, and the blocks from our family photos still have an erase count of 1, so the difference is currently 31. Pretty close to hitting our threshold. When this block is erased for a 33rd time, the flash controller firmware says, "Hey, what are you doing? We want to wear out evenly." And it then takes that one block with the photo data and rewrites it onto the block whose erase count is at 33. Its erase count is still at 33 because we have only reprogrammed data there, and now it just sits there, like it did before, but in a new block. It then puts that block whose erase count is now at 2 into the free block list. This is pretty much lining it up so that the next time you use your SSD, data will be written to that block. So while the erase counts of the blocks do go up over the lifetime of the SSD, they do so together in this ballpark range of erase counts, so the wear and tear is spread out evenly over the drive and it lasts longer. Important to remember is wear leveling is a background operation managed by the flash memory controller. While the flash technology does define the amount of cycles your device will be wear leveled, the quality of the controller also plays a significant role in how reliably and efficiently your data is managed. I hope this video taught you something new. If you have any more questions regarding wear leveling or flash controller technology, be sure to get in touch with us.